Welcome to an episode of Healing Shame. It is February 24th. I got a loud ass bird outside. Sounds like somebody's getting fucked or killed. And so just disregard that. Could be some random noise out there. This is Healing Shame with Jeffrey Wayne. And it's a great opportunity for me to not only share some of my thoughts, ideas, and stuff, but to try to educate others out there about some things. And what we're going to talk about is, we've gone over this idea that most addictions, disorders, codependence, alcoholism, drug addiction, overeating, all of this stuff is born in a core of toxic shame. It's born from that. Okay. And basically, as John Bradshaw puts it, the late great John Bradshaw, pioneer in the field of all this stuff, he talked about us becoming shame based. If you are a shame based person, you feel, and a lot of addicts are, a lot of adult children, codependents, you feel that you're not lovable, you're not worthy, your opinions don't matter, you're scared of conflict, of confrontation. You feel that other people's opinions or ideas are more valid than yours. And basically, you feel you're just faulty and defective. Now, it's complete and total bullshit, but when the critic latches on, it will get it will get us as shame addicts, shame-based people to believe that. And what we've got to be careful, very cognizant of as shame addicts, are those dealing with the core of toxic shame that are trying to heal from the shame, healing shame, is that there will be people in our lives who feel they have the right to tell us what to do or to make suggestions because they may claim they just care about us or they're our friends or whatever. So, as we go out and we interact with the world around us, we're going to run into a lot of people who feel they have our best interest at heart, but actually may be dealing with their own control issues. So we've really got to draw boundaries, and that is very hard for shame addicts, for those who are dealing with the core of toxic shame. It's very difficult to draw boundaries. It's very hard for us to tell others what we think or, hey, back off, step back. That's difficult. We don't like the conflict and all of that. So, just to educate the public, if you know someone who has a core of toxic shame, just try to go easy on them. Don't try to be so pushy. Don't be forceful or willful. Back off a little bit and realize they don't like conflict and they don't want to try to stand up to people. So it's going to be difficult for them to draw boundaries with you. And if you are a real friend or really love that person, you're not going to get pissed off or resentful about it. You're going to just say, okay, hey, maybe I am being pushy. Look at your own side of the street. When someone tells you, hey, I think you're being pushy, I'm not asking for suggestions about this, take them at their word for it. Don't get pissed. Don't fight back with them. Don't argue with them. They're telling you that for a reason because their parts, for me, for example, if somebody's done that to me, my parts are telling me this person's being overwhelming, this person's being overbearing. So it's a great opportunity to try to educate other people out there. This loud ass fucking bird, I really want to shoot. Yeah, I had a situation today about this, centered on this. And I've got to take time to draw boundaries with people and put the block up and say, hey, look, I'm not asking for your opinion on this. Thank you for your concern, but take a couple of steps back and stay in your lane. And that's not easy because we feel guilty if we stand up for ourselves as adult children, codependents, whatever, drug addicts, and alcoholics who've lived just a lifetime of shame and guilt and debauchery. It's difficult for us to say, hey, I don't like the way you're coming at me. Take a couple steps back, stay in your lane, because if the person is a little fiery or wants to fight back with you, that's probably might not be the healthiest situation there. So you'll have to reassess and address that issue down the line. But it's just something that came up. And another thing that happens with shame addicts, I've seen it with my brother, both of my brothers, and other members in my family. Um, as shame addicts, those who were raised in a dysfunctional family or just for whatever reason they developed a core of toxic shame, became shame based. Um, if we feel someone's crossing our line, stepping over the line, instead of drawing a boundary, we'll just cut them off. We'll shut down and just not talk to them anymore. And I've seen people do that to me instead of saying, hey, you stepped over a line. I didn't like the way you're coming at me. Just can you back off a little? Don't be so pushy. They won't say any of that. And that's hard for other people to understand. If you're not shame based, you can't understand when people back off or cut you off or go silent. And all of a sudden you got radio silence for weeks on end. Well, you probably did. You probably crossed a line and they were too afraid to draw a boundary or to confront you over it. So they just cut you off and said, I'm just not going to talk to them. They should have known they crossed the line. Well, a lot of people don't, or if they do and they're still too pushy, now you're really going to have to reassess that relationship. Okay. There's a lot to look at here, but just take some time, guys. If you are shame based and if you're friends of someone who's shame based, try to be more understanding. And if you are shame based, learn how to talk openly with someone. If they cannot handle it, you'll have to reassess that relationship when that comes up. Okay. Just trying to give you some suggestions that I deal with daily. And I have people around me who can be a little bit too loud and vocal and pushy when I'm not in the mood for it. And so um, this can be a real balancing act. Don't shut down. Try to address it directly, civilly, politely, diplomatically, letting them know your needs and wants, however that is going to come across. And if they can't respect it, then you know you'll have to just go forward from there and see what to do next. So I wanted to share that with you today. It's really, really heavy stuff. It's hard to be shame based in this world, especially with people around you who are pushy, think they know best, and there's a lot of opinionated people out there. So be careful also about divulging too much. If you disclose a lot to certain people, they'll take that as an invitation to, well, this person needs my help, so I'm going to kind of boss them around, or even if that's not their intention. Some people are just a little bossy, a little pushy, a little willful. So just take that. Don't take someone who's opening up to you, who's shame based, as an invitation to control them or judge them or criticize them or give them tough love. That shit don't work with shame addicts, okay? That's a way to get us recreating our childhood trauma and get us back into the disease. We don't need that shit. We don't need tough love. That fucking shit got us where we are now. All right. So just some words of wisdom. Take it for what it's worth. And remember, you are lovable. Okay. We're going to heal that core of toxic shame, but these are the steps to take to push forward in that direction. Draw the boundaries. Don't cut people off. Don't give them the cold shoulder. Lots of things you can do. And just be an advocate for yourself. Self-love for a shame addict is not easy, but we must try to exercise self-love on a daily basis or we backslide. Read the literature, work through the ACA, Loving Parent Guidebook, go to meetings, and just if something's pissing you off or irritating you, try to do something about it. And sometimes we can't. Like the bird, I can't shoot the bird. I wouldn't want to really kill the bird anyway, but it's irritating. It's fucking loud. Sounds like somebody's getting fucked over there. There's people out here cleaning, making noise outside. There's no insulation on the windows, so every noise comes in, and I can hear it. I don't like it. Hang in there. It's okay to be irritable. We're not trying to be good. We're trying to be honest. Till next time, I love you all. You are loved. Love yourself. You can do it. Peace and be blessed. All the best. Bye.